subscribe tribe, and good morning. If it seems like I have a low energy today, because I am. My workout on Wednesday kicked my ass, and it's also the reason why I had a low energy in my video from yesterday on the relaunch update. I'm still feeling that workout, mostly because I'm recording this video right after yesterday's video. So, welcome back to the channel. If you don't know, I'm Tim Green. I write in the pen name T Green, and today we're going to start one of the many new features on this channel, part of the relaunch. That relaunch is not happening this month like planned. Check out yesterday's video. I'll have a link down below for that update. It is November 1st, which means it's a NaNoWriMo. So I decided I need to get content out this month, so it's not like a big gap. So why not vlog about my nano journey? More on that at the end of the video, but you may be asking, you're recording this on Thursday. How are you going to vlog about your experience for the first day when it hasn't happened? I saw the future, guys. I finish in 1 day. I'm just joking. I wish. I'm way too busy. Yeah, not this year. So I'm going to talk about my prep for Nano, or the lack of, but yeah, let me get into it. You'll understand after I'm talking. I'm done with this. Let me just, wow. I'm gonna eat. This will just give me time to process thoughts. Low energy, guys. And I ran out of coffee. If you don't know, I am attending Full Sail University for my master's in film and television, which I had to take a month off this past September for health and stress. I wasn't sure I was going to be able to do Nano this year, even back then, but I did want to do some writing. That nagging little thing in my voice that pops up when I haven't been writing words in a story, not developing, pops up every so often, and it really messes me up. You've probably heard the saying, October is Preptober. I hate that. You should be prepping in September, not October. This way you have 2 months, not 1, to prepare. That's just me. There's nothing wrong with just doing it in October. I just feel like, why not do it 2 months out so you have more time? And also, if you finish beforehand, you have a month or whatever much time gap to process through your story. You need to do what works for you. That's what works for me. I didn't really prep for Nano. I did start prepping for that voice in my head I talked about a second ago. But it was supposed to be a long term. So a story where I could be writing over a period of time about, and I picked the first project I did for Nano back in 2013 called Long Live. Shortening this as much as I possibly can. This story was a massive rehaul, and I have a lot of content for what's supposed to be a single book. But I figured, you know what? Let me just write this book. Let me write this story in grim detail, and if I decide I still want to try to do it one book, I can come back to this content and really kind of figure out the story and then go from there. And last week, I ditched that. No, 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, I ditched it. I had an arc ready to go. I could write, not the full story, but I had a good chunk of it mapped out. Yeah, I ditched it because I'm sick of that story. And while there's some cool elements that came to it, and a lot of the new world building and magic I put into it was awesome, I was just sick of the story. It wasn't there. And let's be honest, I've been watching anime lately. Naruto, to be a fact, and I love that stuff. That got me thinking about some stuff. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna try something different. With 9 days until Nano, I scrapped what I could just start writing. So I figured out I'm gonna start over. And I'm like, okay, what can I do? What can I come up with? I had some ideas that are very much inspired by Naruto. Also, other things, and like I started looking elsewhere for a starting point, because 9 days, I kind of had to go against the advice I absolutely hate, which is world build to your story. So I had to kind of find out my story and then kind of develop around that, which I hate doing, but it would be the fastest way to get a story in a world together. Well, over some time, I started thinking, whoa, what do I have that's closest to Naruto? Oh, that's right, my Forbidden Realm story. My very first project ever. To give you an idea how old this project is, I came up with the original idea, a ripoff of GT's Evil Shenron saga, in 2000. It's almost 2 decades old and a mess. So I figured I could pull some stuff from there. And I started looking at a project from my podcast over at Zop Gaming with Adam Daly, where we world builded a brand new world. And one of the things we came up with was one of the many magic systems was an elemental base. Not fleshed out at all. Oh, my nose is itching. So I kind of looked there and kind of was going to actually steal that whole idea. Story, in a sense, the world for this, and kind of change that a little bit. I am borrowing. One thing that's been occurring to me for my Forbidden Realm is like, it's a kind of a sci-fantasy in the sense of Star Wars, which is huge. Like, developing an entire galaxy is big. What if I took that entire story and put it into a fantasy world? I'm like, no, I want the technology, I want the world traveling, I want blah blah blah, fill in the blanks here. What if I did that? A few years ago, I actually I took a new take on it. That was supposed to be a trilogy that I started writing during NaNo. I abandoned it because while I was writing it, I had characters that were just there as side characters. I was fleshing them out and realizing like, no, these characters need to have goals, and they're very, very flat. Whereas I was focusing everything on the 2 main characters, and other characters who would eventually be showing up later in the book that have been around for years. These new characters didn't, and I was like, so I stopped. Why not take another crack at that? Take that element of the world, take that story, put it here. So I kind of looked at that, and I started looking at, what can I do? Now, the first book was 200 scenes. Yeah. Most books have about 100 scenes. So I was looking at how I could split it up, and I found a good dividing point, I feel. It'll also allow me for an epic ending, which I was having problems with Long Live, where it was, the dividing point that I had plotted out to so far was good, but it was lacking. Nothing cool, really. That's where I decided, I'm like, okay, let me do that. So I've been working on that over the last 9 days. I'm just getting the story figured out in the last few days. Again, school. So, not the best. This leads me to what's probably going to happen for NaNo. I'm going to have to pants this NaNo, which I wish I could do that naturally. I wish I was a pantser. I didn't have to outline this. I could just figure all this stuff out as I was writing. Nope. Can't do it. Tried it many times. Now, I'm not fully pantsing this story. I do have the briefest of an outline. I know where I'm going. But I don't have a scenes list. I don't have a full outline. I just have bullets of what the 5 sections of this book are going to be made of. Now it just comes down to what's going to happen. Now, the goal for NaNo is 50,000 words. This is going to be more than 50,000 words, so I'll be continuing this out further out. But that's my NaNo prep, and I actually kind of like this idea of having to force myself to pants a little bit more, to allow more freedom. I'm an outliner, and I don't think that's ever going to change. It's fine. I'm fine. We're fine. We're just going to end here because I really don't have any more to say about this without going into more detail and retread what I've already said. I do hope you enjoyed this. Comment down below what you thought of this vlog and how your first day of NaNoWriMo was going. Let's jump into the stuff I talked about in the vlogging earlier. If you watched my rebranding video, you know I have a bunch of content that I'm going to be bringing to this channel, and vlogging is one of them. And I mentioned I'm going to be vlogging my NaNoWriMo journey this month in the beginning of this video. I'm not doing it every day. I just don't have the time and then edit, or be putting up videos about over 20 minutes with me rambling, long pauses. I'm working based off on more of a weekly basis for this channel. More likely daily or every few days will be on Instagram. So you can check me out on Instagram to see those posts. But that's how I'm going to be doing that. As for the relaunch, again, I'll have the video for the update on that. I'm not going to spend time on it right now, but it is coming. Hopefully sooner than I put in the update, but I don't want to keep saying it's coming. Setting it like, you can check me out on my social media, like I talked about. You can check me out on my social media. Remember, that's where you can find my daily Nano updates, and back here at once a week for my vlogging recap, I guess you could say. Since you made it to the end of this video, please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. You clearly liking what I'm talking about. Hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, and join the tribe. It's the best way to find out when this content goes live, and with the content that's coming with the relaunch, you're going to want to know when. I hope you guys have a great writing week, and for those who are doing Nano, a great first week of NaNoWriMo. I'll talk to you in my next video. Have a great day. Bye.